Okay, let's try this. I can't figure out what's going on with the system. So we're going to be only on YouTube. That's what we're going to do.
Can anybody see us?
So we're going to wait for everybody to find us again. And then we'll give everybody a couple of minutes. So, hey again, take two. I see people again.
Wow. So, we're so sorry.
Yeah, we're trying. But like we were saying before, it's been a hectic week. So Tuesday, we found out from the local city officials that we have to close down church. Yeah. And so we now, for the next 4 to 6 weeks of church, can no longer meet.
Right.
So that meant everybody in the church scrambling to figure out, how do we do church online?
Yeah.
So it wasn't such a big deal for main service because we already broadcast things, so we're just pre-recording services and worship and everything else. But we're children's ministers.
How do we reach kids without being in front of kids?
Yeah. So I scrambled, and in one night, in 3 hours, what was it, Tuesday into Wednesday or Monday into Tuesday? Monday into Tuesday. I built an entire kids ministry website, and I'm still working on it.
Yeah, so if you are looking for some boredom-busting activities, if you're home with your kids and they are not going to school anymore and you just want some ideas of what can I do to fill 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with my kiddos?
Yeah.
Check out coastalkids.online.
Yeah.
It's a new resource.
It's still a work in progress, but basically what we did was we took all of the devotions that we've written for the last 2.5 or 3 years, added all of those onto there, and then I'm literally writing all of our curriculum that we're supposed to be teaching and rewriting it so that parents could sit with the kids and go step by step, do this, do this, do this, do this, and the kids will still get their full lesson. But we put on hold what we've been teaching to do a series that Rachel and I wrote 1.5 to 2 years ago.
Not knowing when we were going to use this.
No, and it's a series completely based on fear. So it just falls right in line. So it's been a little hectic because we've been trying to film stuff for church, film stuff for Two Crazy Ketos, do our normal work, and in the midst of everything. So
yeah.
So sorry if we seem a little flustered.
Sorry if we seem a little crazed.
Let's take a look at some comments. Everybody's kind of finding us, and again, guys, sorry that.
So glad you're here,
though. Technical stuff, yeah.
Really, really
Pivot
glad
J
you're
said,
here.
"Take 40, click." Yeah. Slappin' Six on, he said he can hear us. Trucker
Awesome.
Cat Hike said hello. Nikki is here.
Hey, Nikki.
Day 2 Keto Melanie Goon says hello.
Hello.
Dana is here. She said she can hear us and see us.
Thanks for coming right into that.
Yes.
You know what we're gonna ask. Can you hear us?
Heather says she can see us now.
So guess what? Tomorrow, in the midst of all of this, is Heather's birthday.
That's right.
Can we pause for a second and sing happy birthday to our girl Heather?
I think we should do that.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Heather. Happy birthday to you. Girl, I wish that you could go out to I don't know, anything. Go do something outside of your home. But probably you're spending your birthday home with Phil and the kids, which that's a great thing to do too. But yeah, happy birthday. I hope it is a good one, right?
Liz wants to know if you can drink Build Boost while doing a 16-18 intermittent fast. Depends on what you're doing the intermittent fast for. If you want to be really strict, you should really only be drinking water, because even technically coffee does have calories in it. It can affect you. I will sometimes drink soda, sometimes not. I've even shifted to not drinking Zevia or something like that, because just it can affect you with placebo effects and things like that. If you're just looking to just not eat food, you're fine. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it too much.
I drink my coffee now in the fasts.
Liz, the picture looks great.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's Jasper says hi.
Hi, Jasper.
Yeah,
Steph because my dog.
Had to refresh a few times. Yeah, we just...
So sorry.
For some reason, YouTube is switching over from their old classic format to their new studio format. And the live section was working right, where you could schedule lives ahead of time. And with the software that we use for streaming, I guess they haven't like updated it to work right. So if I go live on here, it doesn't pick up the scheduled event that it had. So
There's just so much changing on the online space that I think that they're having to adapt to things in real time.
They've also got a lot of rules right now, like you cannot talk about name
Don't even say it.
the virus. Can't name it or they demonetize your channel and everything you're talking about with it.
Butterbeer? Can we call it butterbeer?
Can we call it butterbeer? Slap-a-Six said a local church here has had some Facebook kids lessons this past week while most of ours have been closer.
Wow. Yeah. Well, we've even had a lot of churches. I was kind of like super excited. We were hosting about 4 churches tonight that don't have a building.
Yeah.
They meet in different spaces that they
Like
rent.
schools and things like that.
Schools and things. And so I love the fact that we were able to give them a place where they could tape services and have worship. And it's an awesome opportunity to, meet new people and help them. And I love the idea of community and helping. Although there was somebody that I met tonight that gave me the green light on a hug. And I haven't had hugs all week long. And so the hug went for way too long, like an inappropriate amount of time, because I was getting all of my week's hugs from this one person that I was just meeting.
Hey, I see a lot of you guys giving thumbs up. Please, if you haven't done it, please do us a favor. Hit that thumbs up. If you have to exit out of the chat, go hit the thumbs up and then jump right back into the chat. It really does help the channel. But speaking of hugs, I even got a hug from Pastor today.
Man, I mean,
and our pastor is like an awesome guy, but he's kind of like me. He's like, high five, fist bump, like not a hug guy. And yeah, I told him that like since it's really slow for me right now with landscaping and there's no lacrosse.
Yeah.
I said to him, like, he's got my pressure washer. I lent him my pressure washer and I'm using his garage as a storage unit right now.
Yes.
So I'm like, do me a favor, bring it over to the church and Anthony and I will power wash like all of the pavers and everything.
Well, we got some time.
So that when everybody comes back to church in 4 to 6 weeks, like everything is nice and clean. And I'm like, we were just doing it as a donation to the church. And he was like, I love you. Give me a big hug. I'm like, Pastor, what happened to like, social distance here?
But we're all starving for some affection, right?
Vivid J said his daughter's Hebrew school is going online for the remainder of the year.
Wow, it is amazing for these schools, and different schools are having different policies. Some of the school districts are saying, hey, we're done for the year and we're just going to kind of socially promote them to the next grade level.
Yeah, Florida's doing that with school. They're saying, well, they're going to do like online right now, but they're saying that nobody's going to fail and everybody will be automatically advanced unless the parents, this is in public schools.
Yeah.
Unless the parents want their child to be left back.
Yeah.
What parent wants their child to be left back?
I don't know. I'm not certain, depending on the school year, like how confident I would be for them going up to the next year if I don't feel like they have
my personal opinion,
everything they need.
They need to stop this. We're switching over to online for the next 6 weeks. And school needs to be school's on hold for the next 6 to 8 weeks.
You're getting your summer right now.
And then there's no summer break. We resume back up like in May, June, and then there's no summer break for the kids. And then roll right back into the new year.
Well, you know what I think?
What?
I don't have the answers.
Yeah.
I don't have any answers, and I know everybody is just doing the best that they can.
It's a minute by minute thing. So.
But there's always an opportunity to help people and to serve them in some way, and
That's
so
right.
I love seeing that kind of unfold.
Danielle said, any idea when the next 72-hour fast is going to be? Well, it was supposed to be after Keto Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Since that's getting postponed, I don't know. We haven't really had a chance to think about it, but it'll be sometime probably in April.
Yeah.
Let things calm down a little bit. I mean, it's not a bad idea to do it now, but...
Well, there'll be no need for toilet
right
paper.
now, I have a refrigerator full of food.
Right? There'll be no need for toilet paper
That's
if we
true.
do it now.
Yeah, so we'll work on that sometime in April, like mid-April. Rhonda said, I saw your website already and I shared it. It's great. Everyone we need to know, hit that like button again. Yes, thank you so much, Rhonda.
And on Saturday night, we will release like the lesson for a preschool lesson and an elementary
It'll
age
probably go up
lesson.
in the morning. Once I finish everything, it's still like I keep tweaking things and making things better and adding things. Now I'm trying to add activities on there. But
that way, the kids will have an actual Sunday service.
Yeah.
So that should help,
Hey,
hopefully.
Keto Mom's on. She said, thank God. She
Oh,
said, I'm
yeah.
over this containment. Y'all stay in dang houses. Renee said, don't forget to like the chat and come back in.
Thank you. Something cool that I saw, a message went out about Publix. They're actually going to have specific shopping hours for seniors. And in South Florida, that's a huge thing.
Chris said, we're back like a bad haircut.
We are like a Floby haircut.
Jerry said, wow, God's perfect timing developing the lessons on fear to use now. I actually wrote these lessons a year and a half ago. I needed a 3-week series because we usually do 8-week series. And we were getting ready to go into the building, and we wanted to go into the building, like, not in the middle of a series. So I needed a 3-week series. So I wrote this series. And it just worked out. And I'm like, you know what? We're going to reuse it. Most of the kids in the church now had never seen it anyway. And it just plays in well because it talks all about, like, trusting God for fear, and like we don't need to be fearful, and a lot of kids are going through fear.
And if you enjoy watching Anthony and his shenanigans, there will be a skit that we taped today of Anthony and his girlfriend Sarah.
Unfortunately, like, the lighting wasn't great because I didn't have enough time to play with, like, because of where we're shooting it. But yeah, I convinced Anthony and his girlfriend, who are 2 of our lead teachers for our elementary class, to basically film as if the kids were in front of them.
And we are looking for some fun things to do every single day of the week. So if you go to coastalcommunity.tv, starting next week, every day at 2 o'clock, you will see Miss Rachel and my pal Caitlin.
It'll also be on it'll be on the kids' site.
Yeah, doing a craft activity mid-afternoon.
Slapstick said, my work finally let us go home and work for at least 2 weeks after today.
Oh, wow. So how is that going for you guys who are working from home? Did they give you computers and things to use? There was a couple people that I talked to that said that they bought a massive amount of computers for their workspace, especially some people that were doing some like telemarketing type jobs and call center type things. And that way they could bring the computer home and learn some new software overnight and do it at their house.
Dana said you guys are absolutely amazing in all aspects. May God bless you guys to the fullest. Thank you.
Thank
Ron
you
said, hey guys, it's hectic everywhere. I hope everybody is doing well.
I just love seeing you guys and being together. Like, this feels like home to me. I feel like I'm with family here, and that makes me feel really good and secure. I like some normalcy. Yeah. All right? I like adventure, but I also like normalcy.
So Heather said I posted on 2 Crazy Ketos and the family page that you're just on YouTube. So next week we'll get back onto Facebook. I just have to find time to actually futz with it.
Futz. He said futz.
Vivid J said, Joe, I thought you were late changing into another t-shirt.
It's a possibility.
Lots of people saying happy birthday to Heather.
She's so amazing.
Rhonda said I was getting worried I need a Rachel and Joe fix. These are trying times.
Oh,
we are trying to stay on schedule. We released that video this morning. It was just supposed to be a kind of like a funny thing.
I promise we weren't trying to clickbait.
We were not trying to clickbait. I mean, they are serious. Like, those are things that upset us about being on keto. I know that a lot of people were expecting us to say, like, I don't get to eat sugar anymore, or I don't get pasta, or I don't get bread. But that stuff doesn't bother me at all. I don't miss it at all.
I think some people were expecting us to say, like, well, we've rage quit keto and we're doing something else.
That'll never happen.
But that'll never happen.
Miriam said, it's Heather's birthday. What? Happy birthday, Heather.
Yes.
Kathleen said, can you post your kids' site below to share?
Sure. It's easy to find. It's just coastalkids.online.
Yeah. I can
you
add
can.
a comment.
Look at you. Fancy pants. I love it.
Yeah, so I was like trying to figure out like what to do that day, and I'm like, okay, I need a website. I'm like, okay, coastalkids.online. It's only $5 for 2 years. We're gonna get that one, and I think it's perfect because people can just go Coastal Kids Online and just gotta remember to put the dot in there.
Dot.
I gotta go back because when I did that, it just
went all the way to the
end. It went all the way down. Let's see.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. I'm missing some. Miriam said she's missing hugs too.
It's really hard. Heather actually sent me a thing on Facebook that said, like, this is really especially hard for huggers. This time is bleak.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Ron said, "Happy birthday, Heather."
You guys are so
Slap
sweet.
a Six said, "My son turned 7 last week. My daughter's turned 4 and 1 in the next couple of months. All scheduled parties have been canceled."
That, like, hurts your feelings.
I know that there has been some, I don't know, conflicting information about KetoCon. So they sent out an email saying that like they're considering or they're looking into possibly having to reschedule or cancel. But as of right now, then they kind of followed up with, as of right now, they haven't canceled it yet. They're just anticipating having to cancel or reschedule.
Because, I mean, we're talking, what, June?
Yeah.
So, I mean, wow. It would really be awesome if we could resolve all of this by June.
I would say if you have a hotel reservation until they give you a definite thing, I would hold on to it unless you have like some strict cancellation policy. But most hotels, you only have to cancel within like 3 to 5 days before actually showing up.
But I would check the policy.
Yeah, check your policy. But if you don't have like a thing where like, you know, you have to do it 2 months in advance, like I would hold on to it until you get something. In fact, we have to call Delta because we haven't canceled our flights yet for going to Salt Lake.
So wait a second. Heather's 49. There is no way that you're a 49 lady. No way.
Steph said, "Want to come? Want
39.
some little country stores and got lucky. Got our butter, our heavy whipping cream, avocado oil from Mayo, Zevia, and other keto items, and found toilet paper and water for this week."
Ooh, I love that. I went to a couple of little bodegas around and found some stuff that way, like the little just mom and pop run small grocery stores.
Day 2 keto, Melanie said, "Beautiful background." Thank you.
Thank you.
So Renee said, "Yeah, saw KetoCon is canceled and possibly delayed." Yeah, right now they're saying it's still on, but I think they may have to either delay it or cancel it.
All I can do is think about all of the hugs that are getting postponed. All of the FaceTime with everybody that's getting postponed.
We're already bummed that Keto Salt Lake got canceled or whatever, postponed. Chris hasn't said told us yet, so. Chris said, "First time Miri and I have been able to attend for the last 2 weeks."
I'm so glad that you're here. They got to go to, what was the last one? They were in Denver, low carb Denver. Yeah. Is that where they were at last?
Yep.
So fun.
Heather said, "Rachel, I taught Haley how to loom. I created a monster."
It is addictive, and we have time to make hats. So yeah, I started 2. I need to finish 1.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Miriam said, "How are things, guys, going? You guys staying at home?" And Rhonda said, "Rachel, I love the longer hair. It's growing like a weed."
It is growing like a crazy weed.
And
I want to see, how long does it grow?
Chris said he has the new links for the YouTube studio thing for Restream. So yeah, we will get it fixed for next week.
Thank you.
Steph said was going to HEB pickup and was going to be next Thursday before we could pick it up. Thankfully, not too many city folks have thought of our small country stores.
Wow. So are a lot of grocery stores doing like a pickup option? I know there's a lot of restaurants that are doing delivery and...
I know that I tried to do Prime Now for Amazon for Whole Foods, and they keep telling me like there's no available delivery.
Oh, because you're super busy.
But it's been for 3 days. I've been trying to do it because I wanted to get like some Waterloo when it was on sale and that kind of stuff.
They're like, get the hint. Yeah. This grocery store's not that into you.
But on the bright note, we did have... whatchamacallit, Buffalo Wild Wings on Tuesday actually did the buy one get one takeout. So we ordered it, and I had to use up my coupons because I was afraid somebody tried to steal all of my bonus points last week. So I used them all, and we got the buy one get one 30 count. I used a free voucher for that. So that was 60 wings for free. And then I did a buy one get one 20 count with the voucher, so all 40 of those were free. So we got 100 wings completely for free, and we've been eating wings for the last 3 days.
Wings and corned beef.
Because
that was the plan. Corned beef.
Yeah, and then Rachel's like, "I want wings." I'm like, "I just made a corned beef." She's like, "But I want wings."
But it's still like wings. Don't say the word wings because it will trigger me to want wings immediately. It's like Shawshank Redemption. If you say the word Shawshank Redemption, I just totally jinx myself, Joel will be like, "You know what we should watch?"
And we should watch that.
Shawshank Redemption.
A vet said, "Not staying home here. Work at a hospital is still working."
Thank you so much for all of the first responders who are still working tirelessly. Also, the people who are at the grocery stores, at the restaurants, people that are still working in all of the different service industries too. Thank you for what you're doing. I don't think you even realize how precious you are providing some normalcy in people's lives.
Yep.
I mean, it's just amazing.
Parrot Renee said, I've never heard of butterbeer before 2KK. Is there a keto safe version I could try?
We're working on it.
We actually have come up with one. We just haven't done a video on it. So butterbeer is from Harry Potter. So
Yes.
if you've never seen Harry Potter, that's why you don't know what butterbeer is.
But
it is really, really, really good.
It's really good, and Universal Studios came out with a specialty drink, but it is laden with
all
sugar.
It's all sugar.
So we've got to do a keto one.
Yep. Chris said KetoCon has not made an announcement either way to cancel or reschedule because it's not necessary for them to make a decision for a few months.
My brother is still waiting to find out what they're doing with MegaCon, which is a comic book convention. All of these conventions, we're just going to have to continue to stay posted with what's going on because, yeah, giant groups of people meeting under one roof.
Right Family wants to know if they can still order for Chris and Miriam. If you're talking about for Keto Chow, yes. Chris said, I'm doing okay with fewer hugs from people I'm not married to or related to.
Probably good. Probably wise.
Rhonda is an accountant. She's working from home and absolutely loving it.
Wow.
I'm curious if they're going to like put a delay on filing taxes.
Yeah, don't you feel like they're
going
gonna
to
be an
extend the
extension?
tax date? I'm curious if they're going to do that.
You got ours in though, right?
I got ours in. It was late. Usually it's in by mid-February. I just get it this
know.
week.
Makes me worried.
Let's see. Renee said maybe someone said they received an email about it. Yeah. Sylvia wants to know if I'm a lacrosse coach. No, I'm a lacrosse official. And so, yeah, Anthony and I we both officiate high school lacrosse, and we were doing like 14 games a week, and we're now done for the year. So Anthony's a little bummed because that was a significant amount of money, like $700 to $1,000 a week, and he just bought a car and now doesn't have an income to pay for said car.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're praying for a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are losing revenue.
Yeah.
Losing their jobs. And so, yeah, wherever we can help one another in the community, we want to do that.
April said, hey, Joe and Rachel.
Hello, beautiful April.
Steph wants to know if Keto Chow is being delivered at a normal rate.
We're strapping it to Chris's back, and he's running to houses.
Shelly is having eggnog Keto Chow tomorrow for lunch.
Don't you just absolutely love going in that closet and being like, worst comes to worst, we've got a lot of Keto Chow.
Yeah, that's somebody said something to me, and I'm like, hey, I've got about 16 bags of Keto Chow in the closet, so I'm good. And I had gone to the store and bought butter, so I had bought, what is it, a pound when you go to Costco, the 4 blocks?
Oh, yeah, the giant.
So I bought the 4 big blocks, what is that, 16 sticks. And then we had 16 sticks. And then Rachel comes home and I'm like, I think we've got enough butter now.
I was like, did we have butter? I wasn't sure. I got some more butter.
I'm like, you don't ever look in the refrigerator. She comes home with like tons of cheese. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with all this cheese?
I helped. Does anybody else help like Rachel helps? I helped us. She was like, you really didn't though.
Slapstick said, I called the hotel that I had for KetoCon. They're going to give me a refund. I'm going to wait until later to schedule to see when it's going to happen and refund while I can.
It's the best option.
Thing to do. Renee said, I'm having eggnog Keto Chow for a week for breakfast.
It's eggnog week.
Steph said we ordered chocolate and cookies and cream Keto Chow the other day.
I crazy love chocolate. I still cannot get over the fact that of all of the flavors, chocolate, I just crave that chocolate Keto Chow. It's so good. It's like the best chocolate ever.
Let's see. Heather said Iowa has a waiver for the days missed.
Oh, neat. Okay, so that's for school probably.
Yeah. Chris, because we are way behind because we don't know how to shut up.
Yeah.
Chris said we were completely caught up on orders. Slapstick said my kid is homeschooled, no change for him.
Oh my goodness, there were so many kids that like we ran into that were we're homeschooled from church or something. They're like, oh, it's the same for us. We're not even getting an extra day off.
Steph said daughter works at a daycare and was sent home because she's been sick for a couple of weeks with a cold. We were glad because her immune system is already taking a hit with a cold. Seriously? I told Rachel, I said, you really want to have fun? Let's go into a grocery store and just sneeze and watch everybody run.
This is what I live with. This. Here.
That would be worse than like a bomb scare.
Do not do that.
So I was working today. I was at pastor's house cutting his grass, and I was spraying Roundup on the pavers. And I sneezed, and this morning I woke up with like some burny eyes because it was like change of temperature. It's been really hot the last couple of days. And I started thinking, like, the last thing that I need right now is an allergy attack because everybody is going to think something's wrong with me.
Sick.
You can't even look sick. Rachel woke up with a scratchy throat a couple weeks ago. I'm like, do not tell anybody you've got a scratchy throat. They're going to quarantine you.
But my scratchy throat is from cleaning this house.
That's true.
Top to bottom. How many people out there have a super clean, immaculate house because you cleaned like crazy for being home all stuck together? Because I was like, we got to take care of some dust bunnies. It's spring, and those bunnies have got to go, right? Some bunny is going to go.
I need to do my office. We did the bird cage.
My house is so clean. I love it.
Lori said, my teens have been homeschooled for their entire education, so my heart goes out to parents that have been hit without being able to prepare better. Yeah, that's who I feel really bad for, is like parents who they're having to work, but now their kids are home. They are supposed to be homeschooled, virtual school kind of thing. The kids don't know what to do. The parents aren't set up for it, and they don't have anybody to watch their kids. And it's just a whole
daunting task.
There's a lot. And I mean, two of our kids, Anthony and John Paul, both did virtual school for high school. And I remember those first 3 or 4 weeks, they were scary. They were, both of them were like, I want to quit. I want to quit. And I'm like, I knew they just had to get through that.
And it was scary.
Because it's a lot of work to have to teach yourself and do it that way.
So, I was talking to a homeschool mom today, and her children are all aged out of homeschool, or they're finishing up. So she's been doing it for years and years. And I told her, hey, share some of your wisdom in different social media places. If you're on Facebook and you got friends and maybe this is happening, when you see somebody get a little scared, just start sharing a little bit of nuggets of wisdom. She was talking about just what does her organization look like? What does the schedule look like for the day? How do you begin, plotting out a day? That's going to be super helpful to parents that have no idea even where to begin. And there's so much information out there. There's almost too much information out there. So just having a trusted resource that they can just go to, one-stop shop, and you be available as like an information giver, it's going to be super helpful for them.
Yep. I see you've got my giant metal straw. That's supposed to be for my car mugs.
This is the biggest straw in the world.
Have you tried using it without the silicone tip? It freezes to your mouth.
No, I feel like a fancy smoker in the 1940s with this little rubber tip.
Joe Ray said, Rachel, are you living in your she shed?
I've spent a lot of time in my she shed.
Yeah.
I'm loving my she shed.
Miriam said, trying to find a new routine sure is a challenge.
It really is.
Heather said, all of our 3 kids are laid off. Bubba is just his part-time job.
It can be kind of scary.
Yeah. Slapper said, yes, it takes a lot of preparation to homeschool. So many aren't used to it, or they have to stay home from work. Come right in, said Chris, is Keto Salt Lake officially postponed? I've been waiting on an updated email from you before I cancel my Airbnb and my flights. Yeah, he did say the other day that as of right now, they have to at minimum postpone it. They're looking to do it later on. Walmart is doing their first hour open for seniors and open from 7 to what is that?
22 hours would be what?
10 o'clock?
10.
10 o'clock.
Yes. Military time, I love it.
Rhonda said GNC has curbside service now.
How cool is that?
Shanta said it's not bothering me to be in the house. I want to be in the house.
He loves the house.
But I have a job, at least one of our jobs, that I don't come in contact with people.
Well, because you're mowing lawns.
Because I'm mowing lawns. So that has to be done. But we still have everything else that I'm used to. I'm used to being able to go and do the officiating and being to go to church and stuff. I don't know what we're going to do this week, and this is going to be weird.
I'm going to tell you what we're doing. I don't know if you know this or not, but we're going to be live chatting while the service is going on. We're going to be live chatting on
services, but we don't have to get up at 3 a.m. on Sunday.
We do not have to
services at 9.
Yeah.
Steph,
who's sleeping in? This girl.
Steph said Jimmy drives a pneumatic and ready mixer, and so far they are not laying off.
Thank God. That's awesome. Yep. Jennifer's dog, Lucy, says hi to me, too. Oh, thank you. Hello.
Renee said, being home health, I've had a few patients cancel all services to keep people out. I always bleach wipe my stuff between patients, but now I do it in front of them for comfort.
That is so smart. That really does, like, bless people. We had a nurse that we know that's actually, she does a lot of, like, home health visits for seniors, and they have set her up at home with a monitor, and then the patients have a monitor, like a, where they can FaceTime one another and decide, do you really want me to come out today, or can I just check in with you this way, and that way you don't have a lot of traffic going in and out of your house. Like, if you need me, I will get in my car and go to you, but if you just want to tell me what's going on and you feel okay, then I won't come out there.
Right.
It's kind of interesting.
Heather said Haley's covered with the school for the last 2 weeks. Emily is getting unemployment, and Bubba should be good with his full-time for now.
That's good. Thank goodness.
Carmen said, I don't go to town much now. I'm not supposed to. I'm getting cabin fever.
Right.
How does that even work? I make no sense to myself, and I want to eat all of the things.
That is the challenge. What are you going to do as a boredom buster? We better figure out something, right? Mm-hmm. Even as we're doing, like I was saying before we got cut off from the other video, when I'm even feeling creative and happy and I'm trying to work on stuff, if there are snacks in my realm of view, if I can see them, I will eat them. And so some people at work had nuts, like a Sam's Club giant
I walked into
nuts.
the green room, which is like where the worship team goes, like in between services or while pastor's on. And Rachel's got like a drink cup loaded halfway with nuts.
It's bad.
And there were a lot of cashews too.
They were delicious, yo. But just like our video from last week said, if you eat that stuff, I'm going to derail my progress. And I have had some wonderful progress ever since our fast. I've been doing great. I don't want to lose momentum on that. So no more nuts, Rachel. It's nuts.
Miriam said our schools are checking out Chromebooks. We have a few people working from home.
Oh, wow.
Heather said I was on top of the unemployment benefits.
Fantastic. Chris says, we are talking to the venue, the speakers, and the vendors to get a good day that works for them. We will not be making an official announcement for a while. No need for hasty decisions. You're right.
Yep. He said too many people are making really quick decisions, and we don't want to announce stuff that we have to change later. Better take some time and chill. What
was it that we said, even on Keto on the Couch? The only thing worse than waiting is wishing that you had.
That's right. Trucker said, I do local trucking job in Ohio. My husband wants me to take off from work and come home to Georgia.
Aww.
Christopher said, I work in an area with the government that can't shut down. Most of my job is on the computer, so I have a couple of laptops to set up for Monday.
Oh, wow.
Miriam said, I feel you. I've been in the kitchen. It's hard to not eat just all of the things.
All of the things.
It is true.
Whatever I say. I'm a seafood dieter. If I see food, I eat it.
Steph said, just a tip, anybody that needs toilet paper, buy puppy pads and cut it in squares.
Brilliant. We're getting creative, right? Like this is causing creativity. Can you imagine all of the products that are going to get created in response to, oh my gosh, I wish I just had
I'm telling you what's going to happen is this is going to make the United States be like Japan, and we're just going to get rid of toilet paper. Everybody is going to get the total toilet. That's what's going to happen.
That may happen, but I think that people are going to be
We need to think about how
creative.
many trees do we kill for toilet paper?
I think that Shark Tank in the future is going to have to go to be daily episodes because there's going to be so many inventors coming up with stuff.
Joe Ray said, we all have laptops at my job. We've always had a business continuity plan, and a couple times a year we make sure everyone can work from home.
That is brilliant.
It is really brilliant.
To have a plan in place.
Shannon said, although this is horrible, I do like that things have slowed down and families are doing things together. We were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
So we have a lady around the corner from us who is, how do you put this nicely? She's a little crazy.
That wasn't nice at all.
She's got, I don't know how many rabbits, and they just run free in her yard. There's got to be at least 15 that you can count, right?
Yeah, at least.
And they just run free.
And chickens.
On everybody's lawn. They're digging holes in everybody's front lawn.
And hamsters.
And guinea pigs and hamsters and
guinea pigs.
chickens, and they're all out. And then she puts signs up in the middle of the street like, hey,
don't mess with my animals.
Don't mess with my animals. And then she looks at you funny and says something if you drive to just look at the bunnies.
Why are you living here? What? Why are you around?
But what we noticed is that there's a lot of families that are just walking together, like moms and dads and kids on their bicycles. Everyone is just doing because they're trying to just at least be connected together.
Well,
and I think that is
get
great.
Exercise, get out of the house.
Yeah.
It was everything that we wanted people to do for so long, but I guess they just didn't have enough of a motivator to make it happen.
Right.
And that really is beautiful. Seeing like, hey, what can we do for family night tonight and tomorrow night and the next night? We need lots of family nights because we're going to have lots of family nights.
And that's why, like, if you look at some of the activities that, like, Rachel like filmed today, which you can't see them yet, but that we're going to be putting on our kids ministry website. And even when you go down all the devotions, they're all things that parents can do with kids. Like, hey, here's something, where you can just go sit down. It's an activity that you guys can do together as a family because we're like, you finally got that time where they're going to be stuck together. The most unfortunate thing about the whole thing is the amount of people that are getting laid off from work right now. I mean, just, I know it's affecting everybody. It's affecting us where, people are not getting paid. They're losing their jobs or they're being put on hold. You think about delivery drivers and restaurant workers. I mean, all the restaurants here, the bars are all closed. All of the restaurants are takeout only. So there's no waiters and waitresses and that kind of stuff. You think about Disney World and Universal Studios. So, I feel for all of these families that, janitors and stuff in the schools, hourly workers.
It's really an opportunity for us to kind of put a little note on our neighbor's door and say, like, is there something I can do for you? Is there some way that I can help you? Is there some way that I can bless you? You know, there's lots of opportunities to help people right now.
Libby said, better tip for toilet paper, buy washlet bidet, easy to install, and you'll use far less toilet paper.
We're going to have a bidet by the end of the week if we keep talking about it.
No, because the one I want needs electric, and I got to run electric from the ceiling down the wall, and I don't have time to do that right now.
I feel like at some point I'm just going to have a very, not pretty extension cord just hanging out of my ceiling plugged into a toilet.
Shelly said, I already have no changes. I already no changes for me.
No changes for Miss Shelly?
Yep. Chris said, we've been doing fun stuff as a family, hanging out in junk. It's been interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
He said, for the first time in history, we can save the human race by lying in front of the TV and doing nothing.
Sometimes we just need to slow down. Take a nap.
Dana said, what keto chow is on sale this week?
Natural strawberry.
20% off.
Made with monk fruit.
And there is a link down below that you can use. If you've also never used the coupon code, you can tack on top of that the coupon code 2KKFamily for another 10% off. But it's a one-time use only, so make sure you make it count.
Yeah.
Keto Mom said, I'm really missing hugging Elijah since he is at Nanny's.
Yeah, but she's doing school with him.
She's doing school.
So you don't have to do that.
That kid is getting some exercise. Every time I go out my front door, I see Nanny and Elijah walking up and down the street.
Dude,
and he's getting schoolwork and exercise.
I mean to tell you.
But Nanny is not allowed to go near anyone because Rachel called me today. She's like, I got to go food shopping with Nanny. I'm like, she better not be going food shopping with you.
I heard screaming from the children in the background because they were like, did Nanny go out the house?
She better not be going out of the house. She's 70 years old. I don't want her anywhere near a grocery store. Not even so much that I'm worried about the virus. I'm worried about all the crazy people that are in the grocery stores.
The parking lot.
The parking lot, yes. Heather said, we're taking this time to make some family memories. Our kids are the only ones allowed in the house. I like it.
It's kind of special. There's lots of memories, to be made. And we'd love to see them. Post them in the family group, right? Yep. Like pictures of you guys having game night. If you guys have some ideas for things that you can do as a family that, you may take for granted. Hey, we play Uno every night. Doesn't everybody play Uno? No. Some of us need to know, what are some of the family games that you enjoy doing? Yeah,
let us know because we need to come up with 30 activities to post on our kids ministry and on our church website for families to do together. And so far we've got 5.
Yeah.
Because we have to do a new one every day.
Every single day.
Chris said the worst part about a bidet is when you travel and you don't have one. Vivid J said, I just tried my first exogenous ketones from Perfect Keto. They gave me for free with one of my orders. Chocolate, first few sips were good, and then they got progressively worse.
It's an acquired taste, for sure.
Ketones don't have the greatest taste in the world. Now, here's the thing. Perfect Ketos are the best tasting ones I've ever had. I've had several companies. Theirs are the best tasting ones.
That should put it in perspective.
So, yeah, they generally don't taste that great because they're basically ketones and then they're bound to salts.
Yeah.
They're bound to electrolytes. So, that's one of the reasons that they are good for you, like, if to get out of the keto flu is because you're bound to so many electrolytes. My personal opinion is ketones they serve a purpose, but most of us don't need exogenous ketones.
There is zero chance of me overworking myself in the gym and needing extra ketones.
And honestly, the effects go away within 20 to 30 minutes. You're better off just sucking down some MCT oil, and then you're going to get the same effects for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Right Family said, but Chris, do you have to learn evil math? Heather said, I am not fully sold on a bidet.
I am not either.
The kid said, well, Nanny used to have one. I'm like, but she didn't have that kind of bidet. She had the front half bidet.
I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it.
Nikki said, ugh, I was about to book my flight today because they are so cheap, but I decided to wait because of this.
It's just smart. Just wait.
Yeah, I heard you can get like $50 flights places.
But
like, where do you want to go? We should just go visit Chris and Miriam anyway. Like, get a refund and then just go visit them anyway.
Hey, guys, maybe they don't want a hug.
Becky said MegaCon still has not said what they're doing. Libby said they even have portable ones. You can get them on Amazon.
Portable. Take it with you.
Portable bidet. Nice. Miriam said, we're doing some serious math today. I had my older girls help the little ones. I can't math.
I cannot math. As we well know, I can barely subtract net carbs from total carbs when we're doing a product review, as you well know.
So here's why I like Chris. He said, Heather, I wasn't either, meaning sold on a bidet, until I tried it. If there was a mudslide on your driveway, would you clean it with a roll of paper towels or a garden hose? Enough said.
That's kind of hilarious.
Shelly says math nerd.
Rachel, I'm 39. I had bubble when I was 8. Yep. I mean, that seems like more correct to me.
Ed said, I love my bidet. The only problem is I have with it is how do I wash my hair?
Ew.
Marty said, as a truck driver, I'm on the road delivering freight.
Oh, wow.
Miriam said there were no hugs at Low Carb Denver. It was super sad.
It is super sad, and it's also very awkward because you don't know the person that's approaching you. What do they want? And so it's I start to do fist bump, elbows, head bump. What do you want from me? I want to greet you. How shall I greet? We should do that thing they have on the internet where you have a poster and the teacher would point to it what do you want? And the kid would be I want a high five. I want this. Show me what you want.
Steph said, math dummy. So glad I don't have school-age kids. Yeah, it was ever-changing when our kids were in school. Because, we had John Paul, who was then 4 years older than the other two. And, by the time, Anthony got to where John Paul's, whatever grade level he was at, the math had completely changed the way they wanted you to do it. Because we'd be like, John Paul, go teach him how to do it. And Anthony be like, that's not what they showed us. And I'm like, but it works. Yeah, but we can't do it that way. But it works. Can't do it that way.
I don't know how to help you then.
Let's see. Slapstick said I'm a math nerd also. It's great.
I love math nerds. Man, we needed to know you guys when our kids were little.
Vivid J said, I'm gonna miss you hugs this year, Rachel, since my friend decided to back out of traveling to KetoCon, whether it gets postponed or not. I can't afford to lodge there by myself.
Oh, man.
Steph said our Walmarts aren't even taking pickup orders.
Yeah, lots of things will be changing. And then next week it'll be even weirder, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Libby said, homeschooled my kids, had a blast doing it. I must have been doing it wrong.
No, I think you were doing it just right.
Steph said our Amazon orders so far are going through. Yeah, Amazon, although I was getting things saying it wasn't going to be delivered till Friday or Saturday, it's been delivered the normal 2 days. So.
God bless you, Amazon drivers. Give them a kiss. No, don't do that.
Heather said our grocery store delivery is 3 to 4 days out and asking people that are on high risk to use it.
Wow. What a nice service.
Chris said they're only having issues with Amazon pantry orders. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I also saw that, at least in some areas of the country, Amazon is actually suspending their incoming stuff. Like stuff that's coming into them, and they're focusing more on the pantry items. Like restocking, they're not restocking as quickly right now.
Makes sense.
Vivid J said, Joe, you can be my wingman anytime. Let's see. Shelly said, I should have majored in math, but I did biology.
Ooh, wow.
Hey, Keto Mom said, for all the hospitals, you guys are freaking freedom fighters. Thank you for all of you do.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much.
Libby said, am I going to get kicked out of our chat if I say I don't like wings?
No, absolutely not. Not everybody likes wings.
There's a lot of people who don't like wings. I've seen people who feel the same way about wings like you do about crawfish. Like, too much work for not enough reward.
Yeah. Crawfish. Ugh.
But the flavor in crawfish is awesome.
Just eat some of that salt and something else.
No, you gotta suck the juice. Like, suck the head.
No.
Suck the head.
No.
Heather said Haley wanted to also, but her heart was human services. Rhonda said, I made wings with Joe's Blue Cheese. Love wings. Worried if I'm eating too much protein. Do you guys worry about that? No, do not worry about eating too much protein, especially if you're trying to lose weight. Here's where you want to worry about eating too much protein. If you're trying to maintain and you're struggling because, when you want to maintain, you need to get that fat because the fat for ketones. But if you're trying to lose weight, if you have a bunch of body fat on you, your body is going to use that body fat. So for a long time, there were a lot of people talking about, you don't want to eat too much protein because if you eat too much protein, you have to worry about gluconeogenesis, where your body turns the protein into glucose. Gluconeogenesis is demand-driven. It is not supply-driven. So what I mean by that is it's going to create the glucose when it needs it. It doesn't do it just because you've given it too much protein. It doesn't work that way. It just says, hey, I need glucose. You've got protein. I'm going to create it. But if you've got weight to lose, don't worry about it. I mean, you want to eat the fat for satiation. When you first start on keto, you're going to use that fat to get you from one meal to the next. But the further you get along in it, you can kind of cut it back and use it as a lever to get from one meal to the next meal.
True that.
But in the very beginning, your body doesn't know what to do with the fat. That's why you want to eat so much of it. Renee said all of our outdoor Greyhound walks have been canceled in Austin through the end of April. I noticed that the park up here is closed with the boat ramp.
Makes me so sad.
Shelly said, I really liked it. I find the way things work and how the body and organisms work so fascinating.
That is fascinating.
Heather said, we're prepping keto chow tomorrow.
Yum.
Chris said, you still need to file taxes. You just have 90 days extra to pay the taxes. They have said nothing about us self-employed suckers that have to pay quarterly estimated taxes.
God bless you, sir.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I've seen it in the past where they've extended that April 15th deadline. I'm just curious if they're going to, because you're telling people don't meet with people, and some people need to meet with their accountants. I mean, we do our own taxes, but... Lori said IRS is extending the time to pay if you owe taxes till June, but I understood if you still have to file by April 15th.
Foiled again.
Yeah.
So Heather says that all our grocery warehouses are hiring big time.
I just got an email that Amazon is hiring too.
Brenda says they already said that anyone that owes taxes gets a 90-day grace period with no fees. Have a feeling they will postpone the due date too.
Yeah, I feel like that they're going to, but everything is moving so quick they can't even stay up on top of it right now.
So the Wright family says our factory might close. We make car parts. The cars companies are shutting down, so no parts. Oh my goodness. That's scary.
Keith said keto chow and keto bricks equal keto MREs. I was thinking the same thing. I got plenty of both, so we're good. A Keto Mom said, breaking the keto eggnog keto chow and turn on the Hallmark for all of the Christmas movies.
Hey, I definitely think that you need to have a lot of doses of laughter and something heartwarming, something hopeful, those type of things. Don't just turn our television sets onto the news and park it there because you're just going to get depressed.
Slapstick said, ordered a bunch of lollies today with the buy two get one free.
Lolly, get your adverbs.
They're having a sale, and also I forgot the code now, but keto bars, keto farms, and Who is the other one? There's one other company. Excuse me. They're having a sale, and they're all they're having a coupon sale. If I can find it, I will put it in the description when we're done. But Keto Bars never has coupon sales,
right?
So it's a good deal. I'll put it in after we're done. Steph said, "Oh, we finally remember and got the Chef Chamois butter with garlic. Oh, so good." What are you doing?
Just keep reading.
Chris said we used 3.5 pounds of butter last night and have burned through 5 dozen eggs in the last 2 days. Rachel and I just ate an entire dozen eggs for dinner. Hey, that's mine. You know those things don't work, right? They don't work.
They're awesome, and I love them.
They make you smell good, but they don't have enough alcohol to kill anything.
I'm so happy right now. Can I just say that? I'm just so happy right now.
Heather said, put in a perfect keto order for the sale. Libby said, we can't find eggs anywhere.
So weird.
Somebody put a thing on our Facebook. I don't remember who it was. Was it Vivijay or Christopher that said, do the Walmart eggs always taste so bland? Yeah, they usually buy happy eggs. If you're used to Happy Egg Company or Vital Farms or any like farm fresh, like, you know, free pasture raised egg, yeah, when you go back and get those 89 cents a dozen eggs,
they're like,
first of all, you look at them and they're like pale yellow, but the taste is so different.
Did I taste anything?
Yeah, it's not you. They always were that way. You just didn't know because you didn't taste the good ones.
You were like, eggs, but ugh.
Let's see.
Oh, Slow Carb Girl says Domino does wings.
Yeah, I had them once. They're
kind of tiny sometimes.
I didn't like them. Shelly bought 2 weeks of Keto Bricks and got it already.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
I still need to get the new cinnamon one. I haven't gotten the new cinnamon one yet.
I still can't think that it could beat peanut butter. That's my fave.
Miriam said, I ate chocolate mint today. I was fasting. I decided I wanted keto chow instead.
That's always a good decision.
Heather said, I believe there should be year-round school. I agree.
Yep.
I absolutely agree. I think the kids should go to school year-round, like in other countries.
I like summer.
Steph said, I'm thankful we have an egg lady for chicken eggs and now have a couple of duck eggs. I am going to look for chickens tomorrow.
We were going to go get some chickens tomorrow because we're home now.
Right.
And I called, like, the barns, and they don't have any chickens.
Did you call both places?
Yes. They have no chickens any sort.
Then it's I'm gonna just order them at this point. I'm ordering them. I want my chickens. Well, we can't get them when it's too hot. You don't want them as babies when it's 95 degrees.
Passionate.
I definitely want. This. Well, because we may need them for food.
I'm not gonna. When we name them, it's over. You know that, right? Don't name them something like chicken nugget and drumstick and those things.
Chris said, I found a store with them. I bought 10 dozen, gave some away, but we actually need that many. I'm not hoarding just regular Bear Family eggs. Yeah, we have like 10 dozen eggs, and people looked at me. I'm like, we eat a dozen eggs a day. At minimum, Rachel and I eat 8 to 10 eggs per day between the two of us. Then Anthony usually eats 2 or 3. So we go through a dozen eggs. And like yesterday we didn't have eggs, but pretty much every day it's a dozen eggs. Today we had a dozen eggs. So
that's how many days?
That's our normal haul. That's not us trying to like hoard them or anything like that.
We're leaving other food. We're not eating the eggs, but you can have all the Pop-Tarts. There you go.
That's right. I thought I was something that I was talking to the kids about today. I was like, wow, you know, one thing about keto, nobody is taking a lot of the keto foods. They're taking like all of the breads, peanut butters, jellies.
I got news for you.
All that stuff, and I don't want it anyway.
Well, when I was shopping, there was big stacks of sardines in the can, and I was like, that's keto food, and it's staying right there.
The best was Anthony sent me a picture the other day of like 2 bottles of the Just Egg. You know,
I posted that.
Did you post it? Yeah, he sent it to me, and he was like, that even the vegans don't want this stuff.
Everything else was gone. Everything else. Nothing else. Just those are left.
Shanta said, that might start a fight if you sneeze.
Serious. I sneezed at Walmart because of someone's perfume, and they stopped and looked at me. Seriously. I mean, people are freaking out. It's
they are. Like, Christopher said, I have a few dozen eggs in my fridge. I just can't find eggs. I just can't find more eggs. Here's the thing. Eggs are good for 30 days past the date. That's the sell-by date that's on the carton. So if the sell-by date is like April 10th, you have until May 10th.
Those weird me out too, though.
But it's the sell-by date.
I know, but I still...
Eggs are good for 60 days from when you put them, into the carton.
So why can't they just put it into the carton and then add the 60 days you're talking about?
Well, some companies actually put a packed-on date.
Okay.
And then you can go 60 days. But not enough people know that they're good for 60 days. If they didn't wash them, you'd never even have to refrigerate them. But unfortunately, they wash them.
Refrigerate them.
Let's see. Renee said, if anyone orders pet food or supplies from Chewy, they are running behind. So if you're close to needing stuff for you, oops.
You need Tabitha.
She's got one cup left. I better go get dog food tomorrow.
We gotta go to Luke's tomorrow.
She's got 1 cup of dog food left. Thank you for reminding me, Renee. I forgot to get dog food today. Shelly said, I've been making bone broth all week. So far, I have 8 jars done.
Wow.
We have a lot of bones from chicken wings in the freezer.
We do. We got to make some bone broth.
Let's see.
Libby says, yeah, I'm still working in my cube farm. Boss won't let me work from home. I'm not happy about this. Yeah, that's hard if you want to go home and you're in such a close vicinity to the other people. That can be challenging. Chris says, we have 7 chickens, but they don't make enough eggs fast enough for all of our kids. And the extra neighbor kid, Miriam, is helping with school stuff while her mom dentists. Wow, what a nice thing to do, Miss
awesome.
Miriam.
That wouldn't be enough eggs for just Rachel and I, let alone, I don't know how it possibly could be enough for you guys. You need to get more chickens, Chris. Get more chickens.
Good luck, kids.
Tina said, I wore a mask and gloves in a store today to protect myself, and everyone avoided me like I had the plague. I was totally fine with that.
Yeah.
So it was funny. I went to Sam's Club the other day, and there were these 2 ladies. I don't know why anybody's bothering wearing masks, because 99% of people don't know how to wear the masks properly to begin with. So there were these 2 ladies walking down with masks and gloves on, and the mask was below her nose. It was covering her mouth, but her nose was exposed. I'm like, what is that doing? It's doing absolutely nothing.
So if you want
You're wasting the mask.
If you want strange looks, you should have seen me. So we go in, and I have antibacterial wipes and all kinds of cleaning stuff and everything in my car, in my purse or whatever. But I was going into the store, and there was no wipes, and I don't know, the shopping cart just felt a little sketchy. So I go over to the fruit and vegetable section and put 2 bags on my hands to hold the cart. But you want some looks, be wearing vegetable bags on your hands.
The bonus to this is we've come up with some cool recipes. We just have to film videos for it.
Yes, we've got to do that.
But I've made 2 different beef jerkies, one of them out of ground beef. We duplicated the dehydrated broccoli that you can get at Trader Joe's in a bag, and it's $9 for a little bag of dehydrated broccoli with spices on it.
We're gonna video some recipes tomorrow.
We're gonna try. I have to edit all of these videos for church. I have 20 videos to edit. Ken said, you guys are doing God's work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Miriam said, my house is a mess with all the people here. Poor Sam is on dishes. He's been doing dishes 3 times a day.
It never ends, right? There's one thing. What was it, Heather, that sent me a thing that was there's 2 things that no matter what, laundry is still running on schedule, and so are dishes. It never ends.
Steph said, I bought 57 pounds of dog food before this all started this morning. Bought another 47 pounds for my spoiled brats are set.
Man.
Ron said, my allergies and sinus issues are crazy this time of the year, and I'm constantly sniffling. I'm a nurse, so every patient looks at me like you're going to take care of me.
Oh, man.
A vet said a mask will not protect you because stuff can come through the mask. They're used to it. Yeah. Renee said, y'all pics of broth and everything else looks so yummy. Heath, I bought some baby Bellas today for some stuffings. Gonna put some H-E-B deli jalapeno pimento cheese in them.
Chris says that I look like Cruella de Vil with that straw. Cruella de Vil, Cruella de Vil. If she doesn't scare you, no evil thing will.
Amy is on. She said, I am
Amy?
an SPED preschool teacher. I tried to make a 30-second video for my students. Joe, man, you are a master. My hat goes off to you with all the videos you've made. Thank you for all you do.
Thanks,
thank
Amy.
You.
Are we moderating our services? Yes, we are. Starting Saturday night.
Yeah,
I'm not
so
sure.
we're moderating all of the live services. So it is Saturday at 6 p.m.
and
Sunday at 9 and 11.
30.
9 and 11:30. We're moderating the services.
If you want to talk to us, we'll be on.
Yep. And then, but we're not moderating kid stuff. The kids were just putting everything up on the website for parents to do because not super comfortable at having kids be able to like chat online.
No.
Don't want to do that.
That's not good.
Chris said, I would enjoy hanging out at home more if I didn't have so much work to do. I hang out in a live stream for an hour and in my inbox is up to 20 unread messages.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Man, Chris works so hard.
Yep. Renee said, I'm too scared to buy open-air jalapenos for poppers. I washed them, but they still have a nick or something. Heath inspired to once again for the shrooms.
Oh my goodness, yes. He had some mushrooms that were stuffed. Oh, they look so good.
Steph said, I have an obsession with wind chimes so that at times go sit in the front deck and listen to my chimes. Have one that makes you sound like you're outside of a church. So relaxing.
I love that. Yes, everybody share their relaxation methods. Put those things in the Two Crazy Ketos family group too, so we can all kind of have some ways to decompress and de-stress.
Chris said, speaking of nut milk sacks, I made 2 KK's yogurt last night. It's in the fridge draining right now.
Nut milk sack.
Yeah, I just made some because when I went to Whole Foods the other day, the milk that we started using, that Ultra milk, was on sale 2 for $4, and they're normally like $5.99 a piece. So I bought 2 half gallons of it.
Nut milk bag.
Shanta said, before they even said anything about a shutdown, I started to get stuff for the house and I start fasting. I eat 1 meal and a snack a day to make sure the food lasts and my kids eat as usual.
Wow, Shanta, that's amazing.
Heather said, enjoy this time with the kids. It's so sad when they all move out.
It goes so fast.
Okay. Shark Tank 2.0.
Oh my goodness, we are way behind you.
We are way behind. I'm trying to get caught up so we can get off. Chris said, Becky, when I live in Chile, you couldn't flush toilet paper. I went in the trash can by the toilet. It took me a year to finally stop doing that when I came back to the States. Vivid said we should all start using shells like in the movie Demolition Man instead of toilet paper.
Okay, now I want to watch Demolition Man.
I know, I was just thinking of that. Wright said people were stealing toilet paper. They had to lock the door for us. It's nuts.
Yeah,
Did you see Church by the Glades was giving out free toilet paper today?
Oh, how cute. Yeah. I love that. Yeah, some of the, they were shaking down some of the medical workers at the local hospitals because as they were going home for the day, they were taking gloves and Purell and toilet paper with them. So that's sad.
Christopher said, I'm used to working far enough away from home that I have an apartment. I'm absolutely going to love working from home and spending evenings with the family.
That is special.
Becky said Elijah's classes agreed to forego spring break and continue to have their daily Zoom meetings with the teacher just because they missed each other.
I love that. Kevin says, hello from Ohio. So good to see you streaming. Keep smiling. Thank you.
Let's see. Chris said Rachel cannot smile even if she tries. Can't not smile even if she tries really hard.
Our video today was hard.
That was hysterical. She's like, hey, let's try to be like mad. I'm like, yeah, good luck with that.
We should have shown a blooper reel on that because I just kept cracking up. Lori says the family on the next street over has chickens and roosters and they escape every day and roam the neighborhood. Oh my gracious.
Miriam said tomorrow they're painting with the kids.
Fun.
Chris said, like using your kids as a paintbrush.
Heather says that they're going to play some Trivial Pursuit. We can play any game except for Monopoly in our house.
Chris said, wait, we're painting our kids? Can I use spray paint? Let's see. Miriam said maybe they'll come chickens lay in your yard and they can keep the eggs. Though you make a huge mess, I hope they don't poop in your yard.
Man, chickens poop a lot.
They do poop a lot.
That's a thing. Shanta says people have to work too much and are tired. Tried to find time for having their family to take care of bills. It's great people can be home together. So bad everyone is not working.
Yep. Renee said, I still can't feel comfortable without takeout, etc. It's one of the employees in the incubator of a kitchen has something and you take that home. I'm amazed at people panicking over that. Cook.
Yeah, probably still a good idea to just cook your food. Auntie Val, she says, completed a batch of Young Art in my new Instant Pot. Must be the yogurt. Mm-hmm. It's wonderful. I drained almost every drop of whey, divided it up into small portions, and tinned some of it, and made frozen yogurts. Yum.
Chris says, sometime I'll be making bad grammar posts so that Joe needs to be squinting hard to read what I'm saying.
I love it. Lori says, I wish they would lay eggs in our yard, but we also have community cats, so the cats stay on our street and run the chickens and rooster off. It's very entertaining around here. Yeah, I did see a German Shepherd that was seeing some of those chickens that were just like running loose, and boy, that poor thing was going nuts, thinking like, I need to get at those chickens.
Steph said, these older people are hard-headed. My mom is 77 and took me to the Homestead store. I told her to stay in the car, and she told me to mind my own beeswax. Yeah, we have a gentleman at our church. How old is he?
He is 80.
He's 80 years old.
His girlfriend is 90.
His girlfriend is 90. And he just recently got saved in the last couple of years. And he's an incredible, incredible guy. I mean, but he shows up on Saturday, does both services all day, like walks
Sunday.
the parking lot, comes on Sunday, and he keeps calling like, can I come to early morning prayer? And Pastor's like, no. First of all, you live in an elderly gated community.
No church for you.
Like, no, you cannot come here. You're 80 years old. Like,
so we've taken to FaceTiming him every single time we have an activity because we don't want him to miss out, but we also don't want him to come and like expose himself to people's.
Heather said, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Now they're just being silly.
The right family says, my mom-in-law is 76 and refuses to stay in. Yes, I saw a gentleman at the grocery store this past week that I was like, what are you doing? Get in the car. We're going home. He was very old.
Chris said, this is the time of the live stream when I just assume Joe's going to be skipping over my comments and a mad dash to get to the end of the comments. I should say something poignant so it's not needed.
Libby says, a game that you can do is have common items in the house and see who can stack it the highest. I love that idea.
Chris said, you totally should come visit. Yeah, we should. I'm still planning on taking that weekend off. Although I don't think we're going to actually be in the building anyway.
Maybe we'll be back
in the building.
Hopefully we'll be able to go to Universal, but I'm not sure.
They're closed for at least a month.
Heather says, I think I will go steal my mom's car. She's driving me crazy. Yes, if they won't stay in the house, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm taking your car keys.
Chris said, Becky, funny thing is that is the exact thing one of my friends used to convince me to get a bidet.
And the bidet is not a drinking fountain, Tabitha. Seriously, she would totally use it as a drinking fountain. I'm sure of that.
Well, she does use the toilets, and that really, really annoys Caleb. And, like, he goes and closes the lids on the toilet. The other day, he was like, he got up. She was drinking out of the toilet. He got up out of a sound sleep, opened his door, and closed it. He goes, now stop it. And I went and opened it. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, that is her water.
No matter how many water dishes.
You can put a bowl down. She won't drink out of the bowl. She wants it out of the toilet.
Libby says, greetings could be done by a Vulcan sign of greeting. Yes. Live long and prosper, everybody.
Renee said, my cats don't need a bidet to be drinking and playing in the toilet. The cats, I have to always make sure the lid is down. Dogs don't bother it.
Steph says, missed the name of the truck driver delivering freight, but thank you for your deliveries. Hungry Heath, obviously I married a nerd. I love your nerd.
Chris said, inbound shipments are indeed restricted. We're lucky the keto chow is a grocery item and one of the priority ones.
Yeah. Chris says, Becky, weird, he's never been behind before. This is a new thing. Do you think he's sick?
Slavistic said, did you drink the Alliates? No.
No, let's go get one. I'm getting it.
Go get
Let's go get a sip. You keep on with the comments.
Okay. Okay. Heather said, if he was keeping up when he should be concerned. Chris said, Miriam, we have to make the blue cheese herself. I will not make such an abomination of moldy guck. Steph said, made Joe's chocolate mug cake last night, but added some Lily's chocolate chips. It was like a lava cake, so delicious. What are you doing?
Getting a bottle opener.
Oh, okay. Heather said, I just remembered I got Phil stuff to make that dressing. The blue cheese dressing.
Oh, yeah.
Miriam said, I haven't, I just can't do it only for me, not when there's other people in my house that need to eat all of this food.
So thank you so much.
For Christopher.
For Christopher. Getting these Alliates. And we got our Watch Autumn Keto.
Shelly said
Walmart
opener wants to add 150,000 employees ASAP.
Ooh, that smells good.
It does smell good.
So this says, let's see, what does it say? Alliate, it says a late one. Oh, a late. Okay. diet soft drink. It was actually created in 1926. The ingredients are carbonated water, ginger, natural and artificial flavoring, citric acid, potassium benzoate, phosphoric acid, sucralose, caffeine, caramel coloring, potassium, and potassium
Caramel, it looks
citrate.
clear. Why is there caramel coloring in there?
It does look clear, though.
Oh, that's good. Wait. You sure you want it?
Yeah, I want it.
Chris said we watched the news for a bit yesterday, mostly because of the earthquake.
Wow.
Started the day. That is really good. With a 5.7
That
and with a half
is
dozen 4.5.
delicious.
Those are really good. Thank you,
Says,
Christopher.
Best of the bluegrass and green glass. Wow. In 1926, my great Uncle Lee introduced a ginger and citrus soft drink like no other at the Clark County Fair. From that day on, the indescribable taste of this bluegrass favorite would be known as a late one.
Cool.
Wow, how delicious. Yeah, it's like a mixture of like lemon and ginger ale.
Yeah. Christopher said the Walmart eggs don't even taste as good as Kroger and Aldi eggs, but I would kind of want to go back to Happy Eggs or Farm Eggs only.
Wow. And this is the 4th generation.
Chris said, honestly, my second thought was, why does this happen when I'm naked? When most people are remarkably prepared for an earthquake right now, no good time was a better time. Amy wants to know, Joe, how many chickens would you need to eat a dozen eggs a day? I can't have enough chickens to eat a dozen eggs a day. You need probably like 14 to 16 chickens because they don't lay every single day.
We are not getting 16 chickens.
No.
I just want to put that right out there.
No. So, yeah, we can't have more than like 4 or 5.
He would. He would have 16 chickens.
Rhonda downloaded a whole bunch of audiobooks, regular books, and movies with additional people working from home. I'm worried about the... could you imagine being stuck in a house without the internet?
Oh my gracious, no. We
Chris
need to
said
pray
they
for
have
this internet.
heavy cream in all our supermarkets, but no butter. Well, then you can make butter.
Yeah.
If you have heavy cream, you can make butter.
Whip it.
I'm trying to get caught up here. Ed said I opened up some eggs that were 30 days old and chicks came out.
That has to be a joke, right? That would weird me out.
A Kiddo Mom said, Joe, check if Luke's has Fresh Pet for me. Please, please. I don't even know what that is, but I'll ask them. They have the better foods. If it's a better quality food, they usually only carry better quality stuff. Right Family said, Chris, fun time for kids. Shake the whipping cream in a jar.
Yes, that's a great activity.
Chris said, stop putting fertilizer on them. For the eggs. Renee said, most people aren't even wearing the correct kind of mask. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like I went to the store to try to get ones for paint, and they're gone. I'm like, those aren't going to protect you.
Renee says, I've quit getting a cart in the stores. I use my usable bags and carry what I need. That's not a bad idea.
Becky said, Ray, double vegetable bags. Pretend you're sticking your arms in the butt of a cow.
Ew.
Heather said the grocery store said you cannot bring in your own bags because they don't know where they've been. Yeah, I noticed that Starbucks will not let you refill a cup anymore. You have to use their cups, but they'll charge you the refill price if you show them your cup.
You want me to put this on the counter? You better just give me the coffee. Hand it over.
Steve said, just updated that all the non-essential businesses in California and its 40 million pop ordered to stay home unless essential. Glad I have 40 million people. Glad I have little ones to hug and 2KK because we're going to be home for a bit.
Man, well, I'm glad we still get to hang out together.
Renee said, I have a little old swing in my backyard that I sit and listen to seagulls while the greyhounds play.
That is such a smart thing to do.
Trucker Cat said, try Texas Twinkies, take a jalapeno pepper, stuff it with pepper jack cheese, cream cheese, and brisket. Wrap bacon around and bake. Never end a brush with some barbecue.
Oh my goodness, that sounds delicious.
Wow, now I want to go eat that.
Yes, I want that like right now. Make that happen, please.
Steph said, I've been hearing that some of the truck drivers are having a hard time getting food at fast food places because the fast food people won't let them walk up through the drive-thru.
Well, they have giant trucks. They can't pull the truck into the drive-thru.
Yeah, but it's a safety issue. They can't walk up to the drive-thru.
Well, you need to give me a rental car. Is there a drive-thru rental car I can use?
Steph said, I'm wondering when the hoarders are going to start breaking into stores and causing more havoc to this craziness.
I hope it does not happen.
I still say that everybody's just going crazy over nothing. Chris said, about a year ago, our church started a program to make home the primary focus of worship. Now they keep saying home-centered, church-supported.
Ooh, I like that. Yes. That's awesome. I really like that.
He said, now a year later, we're basically doing worship service at home each week. It's pretty crazy how well prepared to all this we were in the first aspect.
Man. Miriam says Monopoly is her favorite. Monopoly gets us in trouble in our household.
Major fights. We can't play Monopoly.
Too competitive.
Meanwhile, Anthony's collecting every Monopoly game there is.
Yeah.
You know he's doing that, right? He took one with him to his friends tonight.
I think he's testing his relationship.
Steph said, hate Monopoly because sister and brother used to cheat so bad because they weren't they didn't want me playing because I was so much younger than them.
Aww.
Heather said, I cannot play video games. I have a tendency to throw the controller.
I can't do video games because I stink at it. I have terrible
I haven't played in so long.
response. And yes, I used to. Like,
years ago, I tried to
Kart.
have Rachel play Call of Duty with me once, and like we were split screening, and I look over at her side, and like she's looking up at the ceiling. She's like, I don't see anything. I'm like, because you're looking up at the sky.
Needless to say, you don't want me in your foxhole.
No. Renee said, I've never heard of cornhole till I moved to Texas. I thought people were making South Park jokes.
Cornholio. Or wasn't that from like Beavis and Butthead? Used to say cornholio.
Christopher used to compete in cornhole tournaments.
Let's be honest. It's not a good name. They need to change that name. Cornhole sounds terrible.
Trucker said, I watched my husband play games on PlayStation 4. I can't do the buttons, but like helping him with games that have seek and find stuff on them.
Ooh. I like those games that Anthony plays that are like, what are they? It's like choose your own ending box. Like you make the decision and the player does stuff.
Shelly said, the virus has changed our words. Exposing yourself used to mean something totally different.
Yes, it did. And now when they have like, you know, the trench coats and they open up like, hey, look what I got. It's toilet paper. It's not even watches anymore.
Steph said, Rachel, you got to see the video I posted on our Teddy Shiloh last night.
Rachel's gone. Time to party.
Chris said I should have licked the bottle. We're still sharing a toothbrush. So, Steph said, I just got a notice that 2 Texas DPS employees have tested positive for the novel coronavirus.
Oh my gracious.
Parent Renee said, where do you find the LE8? I don't know. Have Christopher send it to you.
Where did you find this? Is so unique.
It's a Kentucky drink.
It's very unique.
Chris said Rachel didn't catch the earthquake that happened and was wondering what I was talking about. That
yeah,
was hilarious.
I was like, when he was like,
there was an earthquake in Utah yesterday.
Well, when I heard him say, like, I'm naked.
Nobody wants to see the cat's butt.
I know. Speaking of toilet paper and butts.
Rhonda said, since we're pretty much stuck inside, are you guys going to do more videos or lives? We need a more 2KK. Actually, we were talking about that today. As soon as we kind of get everything kind of caught up for the church, again, we've been scrambling with the church trying to give extra because we're trying to make sure the kiddos have something. But we did, again, Rachel and Caitlin today filmed 5 videos for the kids next week. So that's all done. And like Anthony and Sarah did the ones for the elementary. So as soon as we get that, we're probably going to pop on live here or there and try to do some other videos.
Yeah, we'll
since
figure out
I don't
what
have a
that
lot of
schedule
other
looks
work
like.
done. Yeah. Renee said, so nice to have you guys to chat with and hear from all the creative things that are coming up. Steph said, is anyone worried about martial law happening if people don't start following protocols and taking more precautions?
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility. I'm not too worried about it. Chris said, just remember, if your neighbor has toilet paper and you have a gun, you have toilet paper and a gun.
Gal says, Rachel, after Joe sneezed, you should be 6 feet away. Seriously.
Becky said, sharing a toothbrush as well as a razor. Gotta love the married life.
Heather says, Phil has a safe full of guns. Andy has a closet full of toilet paper because of that. No, just kidding.
Chris said, Joe has nothing to do, stuck inside for a week and still behind editing videos. I didn't say I have nothing to do. I just have different things to do. Steph said, we actually heard many of the sports stores around here are selling out of ammo and gun sales are up.
That's
I can imagine that.
Wild.
Yeah, I can imagine that. So, okay, we've been on for an hour and a half. We're probably like an hour and 20 minutes.
I'm sorry, guys.
So
we got talkative, but we've been like missing everybody.
Renee said, just use your CVS receipts.
You have toilet paper aplenty. Just go into
CVS. Or
CVS.
you can just go buy a candy bar.
Guy, buy one item. Well, don't buy a candy bar because you might eat it. Buy one item. Buy some nail polish. You have enough toilet paper for a week.
Okay, guys, I did not skip Heather. I skipped over like little ones, but nothing like bad, like Chris with math comments, but nothing bad. So, guys, that's gonna be this week's live stream. We really do appreciate all of you guys checking in with us, like following us, watching our silly videos, our antics, and everything else.
We love you so much. We're staying calm. We want you guys to stay calm. We're washing our hands a lot. Make sure you're washing your hands. And get hugs from the folks that you can get hugs from safely, because we need hugs still. And we need laughter. So post funny stuff, and let's just stay connected through this.
Miriam said, here's one thing that's nice about being at home. I've been getting enough sleep. I have not been, but Rachel actually slept till 7:30 this morning. I was like really proud of her.
I woke up and I was like, what's happening?
Can you stop with the cat hair?
Sorry, you're going to start sneezing, aren't you?
Yes. And I'm going to sneeze on you.
But look at her. She's like, I need hugs. Look at this face. Look at her. She is the nicest, sweetest thing in the world. And
she's got mean face.
She has such a mean face. You have such a mean face. Why do you have such a mean face?
So anyway, yeah, so we're going to get caught up. We really appreciate all of you guys. You know, just everybody stay safe. Try not to get too crazy. Don't get too overwhelmed in the craziness. And stay keto. There's really no reason to not stay keto. I'm seeing a lot of people talk about like, oh, well, this is an excuse to eat all the candy and the bread. It's not. You're gonna feel bad later on.
Guilty and still stuck at home.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything.
So, guys, everybody have a great night, and we will check in with everybody later.
We love you.
Bye.